Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever felt invisible or unappreciated in a relationship, today's video is for you. We're about to uncover some powerful, time-tested strategies to turn things around and make someone who doesn't value you completely obsessed with you, leaving them thinking about you constantly. And, believe it or not, we're drawing inspiration from one of the greatest minds in history, Marcus Aurelius. Yes, we're bringing ancient wisdom into modern relationships. Stick around because you're about to learn some techniques that can transform the way you approach love. Now let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt like you were giving your all to a relationship, loving, supporting, and caring, but the other person just doesn't seem to notice? Maybe your partner is always glued to their phone, even when you've planned something special, or they forget your important dates again. I've been there, and I know that feeling of frustration and helplessness. But here's the thing, even the great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius had their own struggles with feeling unappreciated. The key isn't just in waiting for things to change, it's in how you change the game entirely. Here's a quote from Marcus Aurelius that hits home. Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. This is about knowing your worth and not settling for less than you deserve. But today, we're not just talking about walking away. We're going to flip the script and teach you how to make them realize how incredible you are so they can't get enough of you. Picture this. Your partner, who has been taking you for granted, suddenly begins to see you in a whole new light. They're captivated by your every word, eager to spend time with you, and they finally recognize just how amazing you truly are. This isn't magic, it's Stoicism, and I'm about to show you how to harness this ancient wisdom to make this a reality. Before we dive into the 10 Stoic techniques that will keep you on their mind forever, let's first explore two crucial concepts, self-esteem and self-confidence. Why? Because the way people see you starts with how you see yourself. If you want someone to be obsessed with you, you need to build a foundation of self-worth that draws them in. Self-esteem and self-confidence are the keys to making these techniques work effectively. When you believe in your value and project that confidence, others can't help but be drawn to you. Let's break it down. Self-esteem is like the foundation of a house. If it's solid, everything else you build on it is sturdy and secure. But if it's shaky, even the smallest challenge can knock it down. In relationships, your self-esteem is everything. It dictates how you see yourself and how you let others treat you. When you have high self-esteem, you don't rely on constant praise or validation from others. You're your own biggest supporter, and that's incredibly attractive. Think about it, how liberating would it be to no longer depend on someone else's approval to feel good about yourself? Imagine waking up every day knowing you're enough, exactly as you are. Oscar Wilde said, "To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance." And if you can't love yourself first, how can you expect anyone else to? Self-love isn't selfish, it's essential. Now, self-confidence is the outer expression of that self-esteem. It's how others perceive you. When you walk into a room exuding confidence, people are naturally drawn to you. Confidence is magnetic. It's not about bragging or acting superior. It's about having an inner calm and belief in your own value. It's the kind of confidence that comes from knowing that you don't need anyone to complete you. You're already whole. When you have high self-esteem and confidence, you become emotionally resilient. Life's challenges, and even your partner's criticism, won't shake you to the core. Instead of feeling hurt when your partner neglects you, You can maintain your composure and understand that their behavior is a reflection of them, not of your worth. This calmness gives you the strength to respond assertively, not react emotionally, which is key to shifting the dynamics in any relationship. If you found these insights valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on more tips like these that can change the course of your relationships and your life. Together, we're unlocking the power to create deeper, more fulfilling connections. Let's dive into the 10 Stoic techniques that will keep you on their thoughts forever. So, how do you build this unshakable self-esteem and dazzling self-confidence, especially with the power of Stoicism? I'm about to share some life-changing practices that will help you elevate your mindset and become magnetic to those around you. Get ready, because these tips aren't just good, they're transformative. 1. Daily reflection. Take a few moments each day to pause and reflect. Ask yourself questions like, did I act in alignment with my values today? Where can I improve tomorrow? This might sound simple, but it's a practice that builds self-awareness and self-respect. For example, at the end of your day, if you realize you overreacted to a situation, don't just brush it off. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and improve. As you grow and evolve, so does your ability to value yourself. 2. Negative visualization. This might seem counterintuitive, but trust me, it works. Take some time to imagine the worst-case scenarios in life: losing your job, a breakup, or any other challenge you fear. But don't do this to dwell in negativity. Do it to prepare yourself emotionally and mentally. This practice builds resilience and helps you realize that you can handle anything. By strengthening your mental fortitude, you improve your self-esteem because you know, deep down, that you're capable of overcoming hardship. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And that's exactly what this practice teaches you. 3. Amor fati, love your fate. This Stoic idea is all about embracing what life throws at you. It doesn't mean passivity. It's about accepting that some things are out of your control and choosing to make the best of them. When you start loving your fate, you stop comparing yourself to others and begin to appreciate your own journey. For instance, if you didn't land that promotion or relationship you wanted, instead of letting it break you, recognize it as a lesson. Every moment shapes you into who you're meant to be. The more you embrace your unique path, the more you build a sense of worth that cannot be shaken. Now, building self-esteem and confidence is a continuous journey. It's about recognizing your own intrinsic value, becoming the best version of yourself, and living by your own standards. This will not only improve your relationships, but also completely change how people perceive you. And remember, these practices aren't just about attracting others. They're about becoming the kind of person who is irresistible because they are grounded in their own power. Now, let's dive deeper into how you can take this to the next level with 10 Stoic techniques that will keep you on their mind forever. But before we go on, I've got a fun challenge for you. Leave a comment below with the words, "On your thoughts forever." It's quick, it's catchy, and it perfectly captures the essence of today's topic. Plus, I'd love to see how many of you are joining in on this journey to become unforgettable. Let's go, Stoic friends. Technique number 1, embrace your authentic self. You might be wondering, how can just being myself make someone who doesn't value me suddenly obsessed with me? Well, let me tell you, authenticity is magnetic. When you're genuinely yourself, you stand out in the best way possible. Think about it. How exhausting is it to try and fit into someone else's mold? Pretending to be someone you're not drains your energy and keeps you in the shadows. But when you let go of the mask and show up as your true self, you become unforgettable. For example, let's say you've been hiding your interests or your sense of humor to fit into a relationship. What happens? You're not connecting on a deep level, but when you embrace your quirks, whether it's your love for a specific hobby or your unique sense of humor, you show people what makes you you. This makes you stand out and naturally draws others to you. And this isn't just about romantic relationships, it's about attracting friends, respect, and admiration from everyone you meet. How does this relate to your self-esteem and confidence? When you accept and love who you truly are, you're saying to the world, "This is me, take it or leave it." This kind of self-assurance naturally boosts your self-esteem because you are valuing yourself for who you truly are, not for how others want you to be. As Oscar Wilde famously said, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." Living by this motto boosts your self-confidence in a way that's irresistible. So how can you start embracing your authentic self? It begins with self-reflection. What are your core values? What lights you up inside? What are your passions and quirks? When you begin to understand and embrace these aspects of yourself, you will naturally start living in alignment with who you truly are. Don't shy away from showing the world your uniqueness. The world needs your true self. Stop seeking validation from others. Your worth isn't determined by anyone else. When you stop caring about their opinions and start valuing your own, you'll notice how much more confident and radiant you become. Another important step is surrounding yourself with people who appreciate you for exactly who you are. If someone doesn't value you, it's their loss. Don't waste time chasing their approval. Focus on those who celebrate your authenticity. This helps reinforce your self-esteem and reminds you of your true value. And don't forget to laugh. Humor is one of the best ways to show your authentic self. Share your jokes, your quirks, your playful thoughts. It's infectious, and people will gravitate toward your positive energy. So, embrace your authentic self. By being unapologetically you, you'll not only attract the right kind of people, but also make those who previously overlooked you start to see you in a whole new light. Authenticity is your superpower. It will not only help you become unforgettable to others, but will also lead to deep fulfillment in your own life. Keep shining, stay true, and watch as others can't stop thinking about the real you. And remember, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss out on more ways to transform your relationships and your life. Keep watching, and let's unlock your true potential together. Technique number 2. Cultivate emotional self-sufficiency. All right, folks, let's dive into something that's going to make you irresistible emotional self-sufficiency. In our first technique, we explored how embracing your authentic self will draw people in, making them obsessed with the real you. Now, we're going to take it a step further by creating a foundation of emotional strength that will keep them thinking about you day and night. So, what does cultivating emotional self-sufficiency really mean? It's simple. Emotional self-sufficiency is all about finding your happiness, peace, and sense of worth within yourself, without depending on others for validation or emotional support. Think about it. When you're not constantly seeking approval or reassurance, you become like a magnet. People can't help but be drawn to you because you radiate confidence and independence. There's something magnetic about someone who is emotionally stable, someone who doesn't rely on others to feel good about themselves. For instance, picture this. You've probably met someone who doesn't constantly seek attention or approval, yet they seem to command it effortlessly. They don't act needy or desperate for validation. Instead, they are calm, grounded, and self-sufficient. People are drawn to them because their inner strength and self-assuredness are undeniable. They are the rock in a stormy sea. And that's exactly what emotional self-sufficiency can do for you. Here's the most powerful part of this technique. When you cultivate emotional self-sufficiency, you no longer depend on someone to complete you. You're not seeking someone to fill a void or make you feel valuable. You are valuable on your own, and you're simply choosing to share that value with others. As the saying goes, the strongest relationships are between two people who can live without each other, but choose to be together. When you embody this mindset, your relationships shift from dependence to partnership, and that's where true attraction blooms. So, how do you cultivate this emotional strength and independence? Let's break it down. 1. Take responsibility for your own happiness. Your happiness is yours, and yours alone. When you give others the power to make or break your mood, you've handed over control of your emotional state. Don't give away that power. Instead, find joy in your own life. Whether it's discovering a new hobby, reading a book that excites you, or spending time in nature, focus on activities that bring you peace and fulfillment without needing anyone else to be involved. This strengthens your emotional self-sufficiency and sends a message to the world. I am enough just as I am. Imagine finding joy in a solo activity like hiking or painting. Your sense of happiness is coming from within, and that kind of independence is incredibly attractive to others. 2. Prioritize self-care. Your physical, mental, and emotional well-being must be your priority. When you take care of yourself, you're saying, I am worthy of love and respect. Regular exercise, healthy eating, getting enough sleep, and practicing mindfulness all contribute to your emotional strength. Picture this. When you feel physically great and mentally sharp, you are much less likely to be emotionally drained by others. Instead of depending on someone to lift your mood, you create your own positive energy. It's like filling your own cup until it overflows, and only then are you able to share your abundance with others. By doing this, you not only become emotionally independent, but also more attractive. 3. Set boundaries. Setting clear personal boundaries is another key to emotional self-sufficiency. Boundaries aren't walls. They are guidelines that show others how to respect you. When you know your limits and are firm about enforcing them, you send a powerful message. I value myself and won't tolerate anything less than respect. Imagine this scenario. You've been in a relationship where your partner continuously oversteps your boundaries, whether it's invading your personal time, dismissing your feelings, or disrespecting your needs. Over time, this breeds resentment. On the other hand, imagine being with someone who respects your boundaries, listens to your needs, and honors your space. That respect is what builds admiration and obsession in a relationship. 4. Practice mindfulness and self-reflection. Taking time each day to check in with yourself is essential for emotional self-sufficiency. By understanding your emotions and triggers, you can respond to life's challenges with calm and clarity. The key is to avoid letting external circumstances dictate how you feel. For example, if someone criticizes you, instead of reacting emotionally, you can step back and assess the situation with a clear mind. By practicing mindfulness, you strengthen your emotional resilience making you even more magnetic to others. It's about being grounded in who you are, no matter what comes your way. By cultivating emotional self-sufficiency, you become someone who doesn't just attract others, but keeps them obsessed. They're not drawn to you because you need them. They're drawn to you because you are a complete person who knows your worth. When you're emotionally self-sufficient, you become like an unshakable pillar that others can't stop admiring. Your strength, independence, and inner peace make you incredibly appealing, and that kind of magnetism ensures that you'll always be on their mind. So take charge of your emotional well-being today. Build your own happiness, prioritize self-care, enforce your boundaries, and become the emotionally independent person you were always meant to be. When you do this, you'll not only attract the right people, but keep them fascinated, drawn to your strength, and obsessed with the way you carry yourself. Stay emotionally strong, stay true to yourself, and watch as people can't stop thinking about you. And remember, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss out on more insights that will change your relationships and your life forever. Keep coming back for more advice that will help you unlock your true potential. Setting and enforcing personal boundaries. Your path to respect and unstoppable confidence. Let's get into one of the most powerful techniques that will elevate your relationships and your self-worth: setting and enforcing personal boundaries. This is a game changer, folks. If you've ever felt drained, disrespected, or taken advantage of, it's likely because you've failed to enforce the boundaries that protect your emotional, mental, and physical space. But here's the truth. Boundaries are not walls. They're the lines that protect you and define what you're willing to tolerate. When you establish these lines, you not only protect your peace, but also build an aura of respect around yourself that others can't help but admire, and yes, even obsess over. So where do we start? The first step is to identify your boundaries. This requires reflection and self-awareness. Think about what makes you feel uncomfortable, drained, or disrespected. Is it people invading your personal space? Is it emotional demands that leave you feeling exhausted? Or perhaps it's the digital space, constant messages or calls that interrupt your peace. Take the time to reflect on what makes you feel good and what leaves you emotionally depleted. These are the signs of where your boundaries should be. If you're someone who values alone time to recharge, that's a boundary. If you need a certain level of emotional respect in conversations, that's a boundary too. Start writing them down so they become clearer to you. Once you've identified your boundaries, it's time to communicate them clearly and assertively. But here's the key. This doesn't mean being rude or defensive. It's about being honest and straightforward, expressing your needs without apology. For example, let's say your partner always interrupts you during important conversations. You can calmly say, "I need to finish what I'm saying before we dive into a discussion. It helps me express myself better and ensures that we understand each other." It's simple, but it's direct. And most importantly, it's respectful. You're not demanding. You're sharing your needs. This is how boundaries are communicated calmly, respectfully, and without the fear of being misunderstood. Now, where most people struggle is in enforcing their boundaries. It's one thing to set a boundary, but the real power lies in your ability to enforce it. When someone repeatedly crosses the line, it's easy to let it slide, hoping they'll change. But remember, enforcing boundaries isn't about being inflexible. It's about standing firm on what you need for your emotional well-being. For example, if a friend constantly calls you late at night, despite you telling them you need time to unwind, it's up to you to remind them of your boundary. A gentle but firm reminder could be, I've told you before that I need to be in bed by 10 p.m. for my sleep and health. I really need you to respect that. Don't hesitate to enforce what you need, or it won't be respected. Enforcing your boundaries also means walking away from relationships that disregard your limits. This is tough, but remember, your self-respect and mental health come first. If someone consistently ignores your boundaries, they're showing you that they don't value your needs, and that's a red flag. Letting go of toxic relationships is not a sign of weakness, it's an act of strength. As the saying goes, the only people who get upset about you setting boundaries are the ones who are benefiting from you having none. Protecting your emotional space is essential for thriving in life, and when you do this, people will start to see you as someone who commands respect, not just from others but from yourself. Setting and enforcing boundaries doesn't just help protect you, it attracts the right people into your life. Those who respect your boundaries will be drawn to you because they see someone who values themselves deeply. That's magnetic. It signals to them that you know your worth, and they'll want to be a part of that world. When you stand your ground, not only do you protect your peace, but you also show others that you are someone worth investing in emotionally. You become unforgettable, and they can't help but think about you. So, folks, by setting and enforcing personal boundaries, you're not just protecting your well-being, you're laying the foundation for relationships built on respect, admiration, and deep attraction. You become a person others look up to, a person they want to be around. You'll become the person who's always on their mind, because they'll see you as strong, confident, and unwavering in your self-respect. Keep setting those boundaries, keep protecting your peace, and watch how your life transforms. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is just the beginning. By learning to protect yourself and communicate your needs, you'll unlock relationships that are healthier, more fulfilling, and yes, obsessively attractive. Keep standing strong, and I'll see you in the next video. Live with purpose and passion. Ignite your life and magnetize those around you. All right, folks, we've covered a lot of ground with authenticity, emotional self-sufficiency, boundaries, and a growth mindset. Now, it's time to dive into a technique that will truly elevate you in ways you never imagined. Living with purpose and passion. This is where everything starts to align. When you live with purpose and passion, you don't just go through the motions, you're actively shaping your life with clarity, drive, and enthusiasm. This is the kind of energy that radiates from within and is so magnetic that people can't help but be drawn to you. Trust me, folks, when you live with purpose, you become a person of direction, and others can't ignore that kind of magnetic energy. Imagine this. You wake up every day excited about what lies ahead, knowing exactly what you want to achieve. Whether it's pursuing a career you're passionate about, a personal mission to change the world, or simply a hobby that fills your soul with joy, this sense of purpose makes you unstoppable. People around you will notice the way your eyes light up when you talk about your passions. They'll be captivated by the fire you carry in your heart. And guess what? That kind of passion is incredibly attractive. It makes you more than just interesting. It makes you inspiring. As Howard Thurman so wisely said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And folks, when you live with this kind of life force, you're not just existing, you're living in full color, and the world can't look away. So how do you start living with purpose and passion? Let's break it down. Step 1. Identify what fuels your fire. What excites you? What makes you lose track of time, feeling so absorbed that nothing else matters? This is your passion. It could be your career. Maybe you're working in a field where you make a real difference. Perhaps it's a cause you're deeply committed to, like environmental conservation or helping others. Maybe it's a hobby, such as painting, writing, or fitness, that makes you feel alive. Whatever it is, take the time to reflect on what sets your soul on fire. And here's the kicker. Don't let anyone tell you it's not valuable. If it makes you feel alive, that's the purpose you need to chase. Step 2. Set clear, meaningful goals. Once you know what drives you, set goals. Not just any goals that will challenge you and stretch your limits. These goals should light up your path and give you direction. Let's say you're passionate about fitness, but haven't taken the steps to be consistent. Your goal could be to run a 5K, or even to complete a 30-day fitness challenge. Start small, break it down, and take action every single day. This process of setting clear, actionable goals keeps you focused and makes your passion tangible. With each achievement, you'll feel more energized and motivated to keep going. Step 3. Infuse passion into your daily life. Not every day will be a grand adventure, and not every task will directly tie into your passions. But that doesn't mean you can't find ways to infuse passion into everything you do. Take a moment to notice where you can weave bits of what you love into your routine. If you're passionate about cooking, for example, instead of viewing it as a chore, make it an opportunity to try new recipes, experiment with flavors, and share the joy of cooking with others. Even during mundane moments, you can find ways to fuel your passion, and this positivity becomes contagious to everyone around you. Step 4. Surround yourself with passionate people. You don't have to go it alone. Surround yourself with others who support and inspire your passions. Being around like-minded individuals who share the same fire you do will keep you energized and motivated. If you love writing, join a writers group where you can share your stories and learn from each other. If you're passionate about entrepreneurship, find people who are also building businesses and swap advice. Being in an environment that nourishes your passions accelerates your growth and keeps the excitement alive. Step 5. Stay curious and open to new experiences. One of the most beautiful things about living with passion is that your interests and passions can evolve over time. Stay curious. Don't be afraid to explore new things. Maybe you've always loved music, but recently you've developed an interest in photography. Dive into that curiosity with open arms. Take a class, explore a new hobby, or connect with others who share that interest. The key is to remain open to new experiences, allowing your passions to expand as you grow. This openness to change makes you dynamic and intriguing, and others will be drawn to the fact that you're constantly evolving. Step 6. Commit to your passion even when it's hard. Living with purpose and passion is incredibly rewarding, but let's be real, it's not always easy. There will be times when things get tough. Your goals might feel out of reach, or you might face setbacks. But here's the truth. Perseverance is what separates those who thrive from those who quit. When you commit to your passion, despite challenges, you show the world that you're unstoppable. Whether it's failing at a business venture and getting back up, or continuing to push through your personal goals despite obstacles, this resilience makes you magnetic. People are drawn to those who keep going, no matter how difficult the journey. So folks, when you live with purpose and passion, not only do you transform your own life, you become someone others can't help but admire. Your commitment, energy, and resilience will make you unforgettable. You'll become a beacon of inspiration, and people will want to be around you, learn from you, and even obsess over you. Your passion becomes a source of energy that feeds the people around you, creating relationships that are deeper, richer, and more fulfilling. If this message has sparked something in you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. By supporting this channel, you help us continue creating content that resonates with your journey. Remember, living with passion isn't just about achieving, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Keep chasing what makes you come alive, and watch as your life and relationships transform. Keep that fire burning, and I'll see you in the next video. Be clear, direct, and confident in your communication. A game changer for relationships. If you want to create deeper, more meaningful connections with the people around you, clear and direct communication is your secret weapon. The power of saying exactly what you mean cannot be underestimated. When you communicate with clarity and confidence, you reduce the chances of misunderstandings, and more importantly, you ensure that your true thoughts and feelings are heard. For example, instead of saying, "I'm a bit upset," which leaves room for confusion, try, "I'm upset because of what happened earlier, and I would really like to discuss it." By being upfront about your feelings, you not only avoid ambiguity, but also pave the way for a more productive, honest conversation. When you're clear and direct, you also show that you respect both yourself and the other person enough to be truthful. This builds trust and establishes a deeper emotional connection. But it doesn't end. Their communication is a two-way street. While being clear about your own needs and feelings is crucial, it's just as important to respect the other person's perspective. Being assertive doesn't mean bulldozing through conversations or disregarding the other person's viewpoint. Instead, it's about fostering a dialogue that is respectful and open. So, even if you're voicing a concern or disagreement, remember to listen without interrupting and be willing to compromise. This balance of being clear, direct, and respectful creates an environment of mutual understanding where both parties feel valued. Finally, remember that practice makes perfect. Assertive communication is not a skill you master overnight. It's something you develop over time. Start by applying these techniques in low-pressure situations. For instance, practice expressing your needs with friends or family before tackling more difficult conversations at work or with a partner. The more you practice, the more natural and confident your communication will become. Over time, you'll find that assertive communication transforms not only how you connect with others, but also how you see yourself. When you speak clearly and confidently, people are drawn to your authenticity. They admire your honesty and value the trust you bring to the relationship. And here's the real secret. Your clarity and respect will keep you in their thoughts long after the conversation ends. People remember how you made them feel when you communicated openly and respectfully. So, speak up, be clear, and watch as this simple yet powerful approach to communication transforms your relationships and draws others closer to you. If you're enjoying these insights and techniques, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more content like this, empowering you to become the best version of yourself. Let's keep this journey going. Master active listening, the ultimate way to connect. Now that you've mastered assertive communication, let's talk about the next essential skill in building powerful relationships. Active listening. Active listening is so much more than simply hearing words. It's about fully engaging with the other person's message and making them feel understood. When you truly listen to someone, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're immersed in their words, their feelings, and their experience. This is a game changer in relationships, whether romantic, familial, or even professional. It builds trust, strengthens empathy, and creates a connection that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a conversation where you felt like the other person wasn't really listening to you? You know, when you share something vulnerable or important, and they respond with something completely off point. That's the opposite of active listening, and it makes people feel unseen and unheard. But when you practice active listening, people feel valued and deeply connected to you. As Stephen Covey famously said, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. The shift from replying to truly understanding makes all the difference. So, how do you become an active listener? First, give your full attention. In today's world, it's easy to be distracted by our phones or other tasks. But when someone is speaking to you, put everything aside and focus on them. Make eye contact, nod to show you're engaged, and avoid any distractions that can break the connection. Once you're truly present, practice reflective listening. Repeat back what the other person is saying to confirm that you understand. For example, "So, you're feeling frustrated because of the workload." This not only helps clarify their feelings, but also shows them that you care enough to pay attention. Next, ask open-ended questions. Instead of yes or no questions, ask questions like, "How did that make you feel?" or "What are your thoughts on that?" These types of questions invite deeper conversation and allow the other person to express themselves fully. Finally, show empathy in your responses. Acknowledge their feelings and validate their experience with phrases like, "I can see why you feel that way," or "That must have been really difficult for you." When people feel understood and heard, it fosters a stronger bond and makes them more likely to connect with you emotionally. Active listening isn't just a skill, it's a gift you give to others. By truly listening, you become someone people want to be around. You create an environment where others feel safe, valued, and understood. And the best part? Active listening will keep you in their hearts and minds, because when you make people feel heard, you become unforgettable. If you found these tips valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Supporting this channel helps us continue to deliver content that strengthens your relationships and helps you grow. Together, let's make every conversation count. Be consistent and reliable. Build trust. Attract loyalty. Consistency and reliability are the bedrock of any strong relationship. Without them, even the deepest connection can crumble. Think about it. When you consistently show up and keep your promises, you build trust, and trust is the most attractive quality in any person. Whether it's showing up on time for a meeting, following through on promises, or simply being there when someone needs you, reliability speaks volumes. It tells others that they can count on you, and that sense of security is magnetic. Imagine this scenario. A friend is going through a tough time, and they can count on you to be there, whether it's to listen, help, or just show up with support. That's what reliability looks like. On the other hand, if you're constantly changing plans or backing out of commitments, it creates confusion and frustration, which can damage relationships over time. That's why consistency matters. When you're reliable, you become someone others can lean on, and this makes you indispensable in their lives. How can you become more consistent and reliable? Start by setting realistic expectations for yourself. Don't overpromise, and be mindful of your limits. It's better to promise less and deliver more than to take on too much and fall short. Also, be punctual. Whether you're meeting a friend or working on a project, showing up on time demonstrates that you respect others' time and are dependable. If something changes or you can't keep a commitment, be transparent and let the other person know as soon as possible. This honesty strengthens trust, even when things don't go as planned. Lastly, maintain steady behavior. Being reliable isn't about just showing up when it's convenient for you. It's about being consistent in your actions and attitudes, no matter the situation. By being consistent and reliable, you create relationships that are rooted in trust and mutual respect. Your dependability becomes a foundation that others can rely on, making you an invaluable part of their lives. If you're finding these techniques helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support ensures we can keep bringing you practical insights that help you become the best version of yourself. Together, let's build stronger, more lasting connections. Stay reliable, my friends. Technique number 9. Enhance your personal appearance. Become the best version of yourself. All right, folks. We've already explored the power of mastering active listening. But now it's time to dive into something that can take your personal and professional relationships to new heights, enhancing your personal appearance. This isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect and presenting the best version of yourself to the world. Your appearance plays a massive role in how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. And let's be honest, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you radiate confidence, which is incredibly attractive and draws others toward you. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who exudes confidence simply because they carry themselves well? That's the power of a positive and polished appearance. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time or engaging with a longtime friend, your appearance sets the tone for the interaction. A well-groomed individual naturally attracts positive attention, whether in casual settings or formal ones. As fashion designer Tom Ford famously said, "Dressing well is a form of good manners. It shows that you respect yourself and those around you." When you show you care about yourself, others can't help but respect and appreciate you more. So how can you start enhancing your personal appearance? Let's break it down. First and foremost, good hygiene. It might seem basic, but it's the foundation of everything. Regularly showering, brushing your teeth, keeping your nails clean, these small habits can have a huge impact on how you feel and how others see you. People notice cleanliness and grooming, and it tells them that you take pride in yourself. Next, dress appropriately for every occasion. You don't need a designer wardrobe, just choose clothes that fit well and reflect your personality. When you feel comfortable in what you wear, your confidence naturally shines through. Another powerful tip is paying attention to your grooming. A neat haircut, well-maintained facial hair, and skincare make a noticeable difference. You'll be amazed at how good it feels to look in the mirror and see someone who is taking care of themselves. And let's not forget about physical health. Regular exercise and a balanced diet not only improve your appearance, but also contribute to your overall well-being. When you feel strong and healthy inside, it shows on the outside. Finally, carry yourself with confidence. A smile, a firm handshake, and good posture can make all the difference in how people perceive you. When you walk into a room with your head held high, it's hard not to be noticed. By enhancing your personal appearance, you're not just improving how others see you, you're boosting your own self-esteem and projecting a positive image of confidence and self-respect. People are naturally drawn to those who exude these qualities. So, look good, feel good, and remember, When you feel confident, it's impossible not to be remembered. And remember, my Stoic friends, how you present yourself to the world has a powerful impact on the way you connect with others. If you're loving these tips and want to see more content like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. By subscribing, you're joining a community that's all about self-improvement and making lasting connections. Stay tuned for more valuable insights. Technique number 10. Refine your social skills. Become the person everyone wants to be around. Now that we've covered how to enhance your personal appearance, let's explore the next transformative technique, refining your social skills. Your ability to navigate social situations with ease can drastically change how others perceive you. Good social skills don't just make you more likable, they make you approachable, memorable, and genuine. When you have polished social skills, you can connect with others on a deeper level, create lasting impressions, and strengthen the relationships you care about. You can become someone who others want to be around, someone they can trust and admire. Think about how you feel when someone genuinely listens to you, or when they show interest in your thoughts without interrupting. That's the power of active listening, which we've already discussed. But there's more. Refining your social skills goes beyond just listening. It involves showing genuine interest in others, practicing empathy, and knowing how to navigate different social dynamics with ease. Dale Carnegie, author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, said it best. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years, by trying to get other people interested in you. That's the essence of great social skills, focusing on others and creating a space where they feel valued. So, how can you refine your social skills? Let's start with active listening. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Put away distractions, make eye contact, and really focus on their words. Ask open-ended questions that encourage deeper conversation, like, what was the highlight of your day? Or, how did that experience make you feel? These questions show that you care and want to understand them better. And don't forget empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Acknowledge their feelings and show understanding with phrases like, that sounds really tough, or I can see why you'd feel that way. When people feel understood, they open up to you more, which strengthens your connection. Next, focus on your body language. Smile, maintain eye contact, and use open gestures that invite others to engage with you. Your body language speaks volumes, so make sure it matches the positive, open energy you want to convey. Work on your conversational skills by speaking clearly and at a comfortable pace. Avoid dominating the conversation and allow others to share their thoughts too. It's not about talking the most, it's about creating a balanced, engaging conversation. Finally, develop your emotional intelligence. Understand your own emotions and those of others, and use that awareness to navigate conversations smoothly. This helps you respond in a way that fosters positive connections and builds trust. By refining your social skills, you'll become someone who leaves a lasting impact on every person you meet. Whether it's making new friends, deepening existing relationships, or networking for professional success, your ability to connect and communicate will make you unforgettable. People will want to be around you, and you'll find that they keep thinking about you long after your interaction ends. If these tips are resonating with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. By joining this community, you're investing in your future, building the social skills and confidence to leave a lasting impact on everyone you meet. Together, we'll continue to grow and transform. Stay social, my Stoic friends. We've covered 10 transformative techniques to make others completely obsessed with you. But before you go, smash that like button if you found this video valuable, and hit subscribe to be part of a community that's all about self-improvement and mastering the art of relationships. Plus, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and type "on your thoughts forever" to let me know you're ready to put these techniques into action. This could be the start of a journey that makes you unforgettable to everyone you meet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.